Say I am streaming. So good morning. It's Monday Live Chat as ever on a Monday morning and the same time, but some of you were here early. Don't forget this stupid daylight saving time. These clock changes. There are actually three at this time of year. There's like South America 2 weeks ago, then last week Europe, and then this week it was America. I mean, it's absolutely mad and crazy, I know. But now things should settle down. My times and the time on the calendar is always Central European time, Berlin time, if you like. So just do some calculations when this time of year comes round and make sure you're doing it for Berlin time and from your time. Okay, it's really. I know. I got loads of messages saying, "Is there no session today?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's a session, 9 o'clock my time." So, Jesse's. Now your mic is muted too. So Jesse, your mic is muted too. Oh dear, it's going to be one of those weeks. So good morning, April.
Good morning, Lynn. May I say something?
Um, yeah,
Because you
let me
don't
just say
ask
good
me
morning
to
to
come.
everybody.
Okay.
Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Jessie. And good morning, Moz. April, what did you want to say?
I've just will comment to your announcement about the time zones. I've just watched the video and I think, oh my goodness, who was the first one who make all this time zone? One place is 15 minutes later or earlier than the other. I was always thinking that everything is always in one in hour, not never in minutes, but it is in minutes. And I think, oh, I'm so glad that I only have to click on the button to calculate the time zones somewhere. Oh, if I ah, okay.
Exactly. Exactly. No, we heard you. We heard you. So it's a good video, isn't it? And I think, yeah, programmers who have to program this stuff. Wow. And the Millennium Bug, if you all remember, we were talking about it in Kitely last week. The Millennium Bug, which was 1999 to 2000, that had the world in a tiz. Well, that kind of thing happens for programmers every year, twice, because they just have to check. Oh, we did put that in place, didn't we? Oh, that's going to work this time, isn't it? Okay, I am talking. Yes, Jesse's not in the room. So Jesse, you're not in the room. Okay, you need to click on the. Oh, she's back. Okay, so Jesse, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm speaking now. Yeah. Yes, you are in now. What platform are you using? Sorry, what hardware are you using? Okay, you need to look for a particular button. I can only share what I see. I can, of course, not share what you see. So, what you're looking for, I'll just do this. Okay, here it is. Let me just get a red pen. Um, okay, save. It always takes me a little bit of time to set these up. Hopefully I only ever have to do it the once. So, Discord, training, headphone button, headset button. Now I do recommend people use a headset for these sessions. just because it works. Okay. Okay. So that's the button you're looking for, Jessie. Because at the moment it is wiped out. Okay, Jessie, now I can see you. Can you hear me? Okay, it's still crossed out now. It's not crossed out now. But you do need to set up this to make it work. Have you managed to speak to anybody yet? It's always a bit awkward the first time you use these things. That's why I always suggest that people spend a bit of time just getting to know the software before a session starts. I'll put that into the actual instructions, I think I'll have to. So let me go into my drive and find the training stuff. Okay, so everybody who's new, you need to know this. These are the codes we use. Okay. Okay, so Jessie. 222. Can't hear anything, but can you hear me? Okay, I'm breaking up. Yes, but her voice isn't coming through. Now, the other thing you have to look out for, you can tell whether your voice is working or not, whether your microphone is working or not, by looking out for the little green circle round your name, okay? If you don't see this green circle around your name, really? Can anybody else hear Jessie? Because Jessie, I can't hear you. Not for me either. I'll show you. Okay. How do I do what hubby did the other day? I don't know. Oh well, I'll have to go. I'll have to do it the slow way. Okay, so this is what I see. Okay, that's the green circle. So you can see when I speak, there's a green circle round. Don't restart. No, there are other things you might need to do. Okay. And one of those is the way you have set up your sound settings. Okay. So your sound settings also need to be set up, and you go there by going into your account, okay, and go to voice and video. Make sure that your microphone is set up to the microphone you're using and your speakers are set up to the speakers you're using. Okay, click on where you've got voice activity and automatically determine input, and when you speak you should see a green line appear. Okay, in those settings there should be a green line when you speak. So like here, if you see down at the bottom there, you can see that bottom line goes completely green. In the settings, yes, in voice and video settings. Yeah, sorry, if you want to find the settings you need to click on the cog. Yeah, when I said, so you need to click on the cog. Goes to your settings. Okay, so there's a little cog next to the microphone and the headset. There's a little cog button. Click on that and do those settings, and we'll cross our fingers for you. You don't have to leave the room to do that. Okay. But then, Jessie, I just saw a little green circle round your name. But it was very, very quick. Now it's gone. Anyway, whilst Jessie is sorting herself out, as I say, do try to do this before a session. If you're joining Discord for the first time, it does work. Usually it just works straight out of the box, but if you've been using Skype can mess up your settings. So you need to also check your microphone settings in your computer. Okay. So there's quite a little bit of setting up to do, but you need to make sure your microphone is actually working, of course, and that way you go to your sound on your computer, check the microphone, and also check the volume mixer. Okay. And you'll see that I've got it set up about halfway for Discord. Make sure that the actual you won't be using a Yeti, of course, but whichever microphone you're using, make sure each device, and Discord should show up as a device. Okay. Oh, I think I'll get rid of that one because it's actually got some personal information. How do I get rid of it? Ooh, can't. Now I must be able to delete. Yeah. Okay, I'll redo that one, I think. I don't want to broadcast my email to the world. But you just go to Open Volume Mixer. Okay? And that should work. So everybody else's microphones are working, Jessie, so it's definitely something to do with your computer, not the session as such. Okay, that's the rule of thumb. If it's working for everybody else, there's no reason why it shouldn't work for you. So, okay, I'll just redo that one and resave it. Where is it? Okay. One thing you will find in these sessions is you will learn your computer and you'll learn a bit about how it works. So, volume settings too. Now I say volume settings too because I've had it that Skype has actually reset all my application settings before now, and it drives me nuts about Skype. It does that. I don't know why, I don't know how, but when I use it for voice, I come back into another session, Kitely or Discord or Google Hangouts, and suddenly those settings have been put down to 0. Skype kind of takes over your microphone. It's mean like that. You computer, why not? Why? What happened, April?
Oh, in my other laptop, the Discord app disappeared, and I can't install it anymore. So if I use that laptop, I use the web, the browser one,
How come it
not the app,
disappeared?
not the app. And then suddenly Google Chrome disappeared too. Also
What?
this one I can't install. Every time I want to reinstall it, it said installing is failed. Installing failed. Try again, try again, try again. And until now I can't. And
Okay.
suddenly my TV, my digital TV, also gone. I don't know what happened. I really want to cry the last night, but nobody will hear me.
Oh
So I
dear.
think, okay, I shouldn't.
That's weird.
Why shouldn't I cry if nobody
you haven't got
will
Russians in your
comfort
house,
me?
have you? You're not being hacked by the Russians, are you? Oh my goodness. That's weird. What I suggest you do with your laptop, I don't know, do you know how to go into the back end, into the applications, make sure they're absolutely gone, check your the hidden apps as well, because there's like a hidden folder on your computer. I don't want to give technical support, but there's a hidden folder on your computer. If you make sure that it's set to show all hidden files, and then go in the back end and make sure those apps are absolutely gone before you try to reinstall them. Okay, but you could also contact Discord if that fails, and let them know what's
Hello.
happening. Wow,
Hi, Jessie.
Jessie!
Yes, hello.
Hi!
It was Jessie, yeah, who is
That was
talking.
Jessie, yes.
I don't know why you
Talking.
guys start
Hi,
talking. I don't know. I mean,
Ellie!
are we discussing anything
Yeah,
today?
we were just
No,
discussing.
no, no,
Yeah,
no,
we were.
no.
We were.
We were discussing about the sound, the
April's.
voice
No,
here, the
no,
problem,
no,
voice problem,
no,
and the computer problem, as always. And
Okay, I
I
mean,
said that I
no.
hate
We were
sometimes.
talking
There is
about April's
again.
computer. April's computer. Jessie, hello. Lovely to hear your voice.
Hi, nice to meet you. Finally, I figured out how this
Yay!
works. I'm sorry. I just had to check it a bit beforehand.
Yeah, baby. Your baby can talk to April's grandchild.
Oh, April has a chat too. Oh my God.
Awesome. Hi,
April, you understand
Annie.
how it's difficult?
yes, hi, how are you?
I'm very well. Long time no hear.
Yes, exactly. I mean, hell busy with my work.
Well, that's
Because,
what happens. Life has interrupted us.
yes. And that is some time, like, I mean,
Do you
feel sad.
disappear? Do you
I feel
disappear
sad.
down
I
the
mean,
rabbit
why do not
hole?
I? Yes, exactly.
Yeah.
So at times I feel sad that I'm not able to attend the sessions because your sessions are so lovely. I mean, I'm still missing to be on Kitely as well.
Well, I always say do what you can when you can, but you have to understand, don't suffer from
Yes.
FOMO. Do you know what FOMO is?
No, exactly. You mean something which I cannot attend?
Fear of missing out.
Hmm. Right.
It's something that people suffer from on the internet, especially. We're used to being able to just connect and do all sorts, and then suddenly something will happen in real life that means we can't, and suddenly it's like our world has fallen apart. Oh no, I can't tweet. Oh no, I can't contact Facebook. Oh no, my
Okay.
Discord app isn't working.
Mm-hmm.
It's
So
Lily,
FOMO
excuse
is
me.
sort of the what do we call it? Abbreviate?
abbreviation.
Yes.
It's
Okay.
actually an acronym because it sounds like a word as well, FOMO. So if people say, FOMO, that just means fear of missing out.
Mhm.
Jessie, what did you want to say? Don't forget, if we're talking and you want to say something, type mic and then I can call you to the mic. Okay, Jessie, take the mic.
Okay. Close to and it. Oh,
Hello, yep. You're,
sorry. I just want to ask you. So English is your mother tongue?
yes, I'm afraid so.
Beautiful. I just enjoy your English.
Like, people say I have a lovely accent. I can't hear it myself, but
Sorry.
I have been teaching for a long time, so I've made sure I'm quite clear spoken, which is why I don't slow down. Now, Jessie, you contacted me and said, "Oh, are there advanced sessions?" Now,
Um,
remember, we don't do lessons as such, but there are a couple of sessions that are more like lessons, like Back to Basics tomorrow. That's more like a lesson, and the ESL vocabulary in Kitely on Friday is more like a lesson. The rest of the time, I call them sessions because they sort of stand alone. There might be a bridge for a few weeks on different things. For example, Talk to the Hand. There might be a slight bridge for a few weeks. Actually, that's gone. But no, the session in Kitely on Wednesday, we might have a topic for a few weeks, but it doesn't really matter if you miss a week. You can always catch up. The longest running session that we do is the English book reading, where people can come and listen or watch the video or watch the stream on YouTube. But the people who attend actually do the reading, and we read a whole book. We just finished Five Children and It, and then we have a little break. We do poetry or short stories. Last week it was Halloween, so we did a lot about Halloween, scary stories. And then this week we'll be starting a new book, and we will read the whole book. Or I should say you all will read the whole book. Are you ready, Moz, by the way? Are you ready for the new book?
Of course, of course. I'm so happy that there are some reading So okay, when this session will?
Sorry, I didn't catch the end of that. When will the session end? About an hour. Each session lasts an hour. We often run over the hour, so we're very relaxed about the time it ends, but we're quite strict about when it begins. But remember, Monday Live Chat and TGIF are what I call drop-in sessions, as in, especially for busy people, you can pop in, say hi, ask how everybody is, catch up, and leave when you need to. Might be useful if you've got a little baby as well.
Oh, yeah, but my question was, when shall we start reading a book?
That's in Kitely. Now I'm thinking of trying to incorporate it into Discord as well, but I'm not sure how that will work at the moment. I can screen share in Discord, so maybe a couple of people could join us and I'll stream, but streaming streams with streams might be too much for my connection at the moment. But anyway, we might try it next week. It won't happen this week. I haven't managed to set up the hardware correctly. I've got a clear desk policy right now, guys. If any of you want to know what my desk usually looks like, ask Zom. She's seen it in real life. And it was a mess. But I have now, she won't believe me, I have now got a clear desk policy. I have what I'm using for the session and nothing else. Okay, so I've got my cup of tea, I've got my microphone. Okay, I have got my bear still. It's a shame you can't see him. He's very cute. He was sent to me by somebody, so he always attends every session. And I've got my remotes, my mobile phone, and just the gubbins and the equipment I need for this session. Nothing else. Sadly, Lisa, thank you for the flower. I found a rose, but it's wilted. It's not quite the kind of thing I wanted to send, but there is a rose. Yeah, that's much nicer. Cherry blossom. Reminds me of spring. Spring will be here in 3 months, won't it, April? So, let's see. Monday live chat. That means live chat. That means I'm not going to speak anymore. Who would like to take the mic? Tell me about your weekend. Ask any questions. If you're having any problems on the network, it's your chance. Lisa, you're very quiet. Are you at work? Just trying to see if Lisa said where she is. Probably she's at work. Okay. 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 I'm not sure if you mean there are lots of work. There's lots of work for you to do, or not lots of work for you to do. Because of that, it does not lots of work to do, or I have lots of work to do, or I don't have lots of work to do. Oh, you've finished all your work already? Well, go home. So, April, what do you mean? What do I mean? Take the mic. It's much easier if we talk.
You said some trouble net forum, Discord. Out.
Yes, not problems with your computer. If you've got problems with your computer, I would suggest contact Aladdin and see if he's willing
but
to talk to him.
he's not there anymore for I don't know for how long. But now I have a problem. With Hangouts tomorrow because if I use this laptop, it's no problem, and if I want to use the other one, I'm not sure if I can use the other browser for the Hangouts because, as I told you,
Chrome won't
Firefox
install.
doesn't.
Yeah, and you can't get Chrome on. As I say, I can only suggest you find the settings in your computer for those programs and make sure they're fully deleted, fully uninstalled. Okay, so go to uninstall, search for them, clear your cache, of course, and then go to the hidden programs and make sure everything to do with those programs has gone. Not hidden programs, hidden files, hidden folders, and then try a complete fresh How old is your other laptop? Is it an old one?
I think 2 years, 3 years.
Oh, it should be
3
fine. I don't
Yeah,
get
but it is
now.
always from the beginning, always, Lynn. And I wanted to.
I know you sent it back, didn't you? A couple of times you took it
No,
back.
not that one.
Oh,
That is the other.
you do have a lot of bad luck.
Yeah, yeah. If one device defect, the other one will follow.
Okay, I'm
It's
loving.
terrible.
Sorry, I'm laughing because I'm following your and Lisa's conversation here.
Yeah.
It's nice. Actually, April is the proud owner of a special badge in the forum. So you could go and have a look at her badges to get an idea of her age. I'm using my PC, Moz, yes. I still haven't. The thing is, my smartphone is dying. I'll be honest. The battery's going, but not just the battery. I could replace the battery, but the actual screen is going. Um, the, the the touch screen, it's not very touchable anymore. I have to. It's more like not a touch screen. It's more like a bang screen, to be honest. So I daren't run a session using my mobile. Now I did go out this weekend to look at new ones. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. There's too many. I can't make my mind up. Which one to... I know which one I want, but it's so expensive. I'm not going to be able to afford it till at least after Christmas. If I decide to
Russia.
stupidly buy
To
something
Russia,
like that. Sorry, Jessie?
My husband repairs me a mobile phone every.
Sorry, I got... you're breaking up a little bit. Mobile phone every... Wait, have you got a contract that gives you a mobile phone every year? A new one?
Oh no, I mean that my husband is repairing phones and stuff like. So I'm just joking. I say I come to Russia and he will give you one.
Ah! Excellent, yeah, maybe.
And
Oh,
my baby.
I know there are
Bre-
ways. I know there are ways of getting cheaper mobile, but I'm not willing to do that because I use my mobile phone for so much that I wouldn't trust anything that came out of anything other than a fully sealed package, shall we say? But it's not an Apple. I'm not looking at apples, by the way.
Oh yes.
They are too expensive. They are stupid money. And I think if you have an Apple smartphone, then you need to have an Apple laptop and an Apple PC, and that would be just... I'd have to remortgage the house.
Then better you sell your house.
Exactly. Then I'd have to run sessions from a field in a tent.
In open air.
Okay. Let's... Oh yes, Mars, I heard that story. Take the mic. Tell us about it. Other people might not have heard about it. It's very sad.
Uh, I think I don't remember what state in America because I don't think it's a month before the release date of the iPhone X. Uh, a father who worked as an engineer from the Apple company was fired because by his daughter showed iPhone 10. It's because it's not. It is prohibited to show the. I think the prototype, or I don't think the correct term for that. If it wasn't in the release date, mustn't show the the, the phones or someone will be fired.
That's it, yeah.
And the Apple company show. No, I mean, watch the daughter's YouTube blog, then they detect the daughter was was working. The daughter's father was working in their company, so they decided to get to fire him. Then later, the daughter was apologized what happened before, and then she she was crying without tears coming from her eyes. And I don't know if any one of you watch her vlogs, what happened to her, but um, it seems there's no wrong about showing or anything uh, saying anything bad to iPhone X or anything, but the problem is they, she must not show the iPhone then to anyone if the release date wasn't or it wasn't in a release date. That's why her father was fired.
Yeah,
That's the
and
story.
that's very well explained as well. Yeah, it's so sad, but seemingly this guy had been letting his daughter go into work with him, and she'd done this more than once, and some of it was more than just showing the Apple iPhone, I believe. Allegedly there were codes involved, like development codes, etc. So I think she's a little bit of a silly person, and it's not the first time this has happened. Somebody was fired from Microsoft uh, for letting his son or stepson, I think, test the new Xbox and showing it in a video. They're ever so. I mean, everything is so hush hush in these companies. All development is so hush hush, and yeah. And Apple does say no filming on campus, so I think the father was a bit silly letting his daughter do that, and yeah. So there you go. Anyway, there's the article if you're interested in reading a little bit about it. I feel for him. I feel for her. I don't think people should lose their job for that kind of thing. But unless it was done maliciously, and I don't think it was done maliciously. I think it was done because it was like, oh, look how cool I am. I can get hold of a new Apple. My daddy works for the company. That kind of stupid thinking. But yeah, hopefully he'll get his job back at some point with a lesson learnt. Oh, someone says her father was hired by Sony. Okay, well, hopefully he'll not take his daughter to work. Hopefully he's learnt his lesson, and she has too. I'm not sure whether it's law. There's a difference, remember, between rules and the law. Rules are written by companies and institutions, and the laws written by the government and the legal profession. Whether it's I mean, he won't be arrested, I don't think, for having broken the rules, because he hasn't broken any law, if that makes sense. However, if he'd done it maliciously for money, industrial spying, industrial espionage is a big thing, then maybe that would break laws, and then he would be prosecuted. But I think being stupid isn't against the law, or we'd all be in prison, wouldn't we? Hello, Acha! Nice to see you.
Hello, hello, hello.
Hello, hello, hello! Nice to see you. How are you?
I'm not sure my mic's working.
Yes, it's working. Yes. 111.
Yeah. Well, anyway, I was having a little bit of a cough, so my voice isn't really on point.
You too. I've got, last week I said in one of the sessions, I'm fighting off a cold. Guess what? I'm still fighting it off. My nose is stuffed up and my throat's just a little, I don't know, it's a bit sore, that's all. But I'm hoping I'll be able to carry on regardless this week.
Well, what are you guys talking about?
We were just talking about this Apple employee who got fired because his daughter released a video of the latest phone.
Yeah, I think I've read about that news somewhere before. And yeah, I've heard about him being hired by Sony engineers team or something.
Yeah, Moz seems to be in on it, so
So it all ends well, I guess.
I guess so. I mean, I think Apple is a very prestigious company with lots of perks, so I hope he hasn't. But I think it's a bit harsh sacking somebody for having a daft daughter.
Hmm.
And at the end of the day, come on, Apple should be grateful because they got loads of new, free advertising, free new. It was all over the
Hmm.
papers, it was all over the TV, all over the internet. So tons of free advertising for them. Yay, Mars! You got to level 8. Well done. Now, for those of you who are new, remember, Me6 is a bot. Some of you are still trying to talk to me, and he doesn't respond. Unless you know his codes. You can have a conversation with him, but you need to know the codes. And I warn you, he can be a little rude. And the levels are for fun. Don't forget, unless you're Zom. And then they're very serious because she's at the top and she wants to stay there, I think. She says it doesn't matter. I think it does. I'm going to catch her up. I know, Jessie, if you notice, we've got a few bots. Depending on your setup, of course, what you'll see if you use the PC app is on the left of the screen, you'll have the very far left, you'll have the rooms you've joined, the servers you've joined, and at the very top, your contacts, any direct messages you've received. And then if anybody's contacted you, you'll also see that. Then you'll see the servers you've joined. They've each got their own icon. So the Learn English server is red, white and blue. Okay, then we've got Boot Camp, which is for Vikings. Then we've got the Gabu Zomu, which is Zom's server. And I've got April's server. I'm still not sure what April's going to do with it, but I'm waiting. Vetlantis, which you can also join if you go to Second Life and take part in the Vetlantis sessions. You can join their Moodle, their Discord server as well. And then Me6 the bot is on mine, along with the other bots. Now that's only because as this server owner, when I add a bot, I have to join the bot's servers. That way I can ask questions, and it gives permissions to the bot to talk with you guys. Then you've got the server that you're in will show here. Okay, so you're currently in Learn English. You'll see slightly different setup to mine, by the way, because I'm the server owner. I've got access to everything, and you might only see from the common room down. And some of them are locked. Somebody mentioned today, MLC is locked. Yes. When I'm not running a session, I try to remember to lock that room. You can still talk in small talk, that's always open, but MLC will be locked. And you guys can help me by saying at the end of the session, don't forget to lock the room. Okay. I like to let you carry on talking when the session ends. Because I'm not here doesn't mean you have to stop talking. It just won't be streaming. Okay, so but you
But
can
teacher, when
remind
you are
me.
going to lock it, how are we going to talk?
Well, exactly. I'm not sure what would happen if I locked the room straight away, if it would
Let's
throw
do
you
it
out
now.
or not. Yeah. No, let's not do it now. We'll do it at the end of the session and see what happens. Because you can all go to talk in small talk. It's fine. I think if you're still here, you're okay, but you wouldn't be able to get in. But I'll be honest, I don't know. The reason I
Probably
locked
be better if you can get out.
it might. I don't know, Archer. I don't know.
Hmm.
We can try it at the end of this session. Remind me to lock the room, and we'll see if it throws you all out. But I think
We'll see.
I think you're allowed to stay, but when you try to get back in, you can't. But we'll try it. The other sessions, like Pop-Up English, that's locked until there's a session. English Radio's open, that's where you can listen into English Radio if you know the code. If you don't, ask, but you can scroll up and down and see where the codes are. You snooze, you lose is where you end up if you're not active. So if you forget to log out after a certain amount of time, you'll automatically be dropped into there, okay? And that's where nobody can hear you and you can't hear anybody, because everything is muted in that room. Because some people have forgotten to hang up, and Zom came in one day and she could hear the household goings on, everybody talking, the children playing, and so we've got the you snooze you lose. After a while you'll drop into there, but please remember to hang up at the end of sessions. And then you've got the LEN members only. Now there it says it's locked, but you can get in as members, okay? And that means you're only talking to people who are members of the forum. Okay, you can only join the LEN members room by being added to the LENet group here, and then only members of the forum can access that chat room. So if you want to only talk about with other learners without risking somebody who's playing Vikings hearing you or seeing what you've written, then go there. But it's still open to forum members, but it's a little bit more closed than this room. This common room, the common room is open to anybody with the link, not just net members, okay? And you can tell whether somebody is a network member by the colour of their name. So I think today everybody is a network member. You're all blue. I'm blue, da da dee da da do. Okay. Oh, Amatsu's online, but I better not call her. She's probably killing things in Vikings. Okay, then you've got the different session rooms. They're emergency session rooms. But keep an eye on things, because in 2018, Natasha will be moving to Discord. You heard it here first. Or second, because I did say it last week. Okay. But not till 2018. Okay. And then she'll get her own room under sessions, and if you're attending her sessions, it'll be a lot easier for you. I know some people are very excited about this, other people not so happy, but you know, the network changes, we use new technology, we move things around, so you'll get used to it if you hang around long enough. April knows, don't you, April? And then the Challengers room, that's just for challengers and for the Football League. And then the Vikings room is for anybody who's playing Vikings. Someone mentioned last week, you play games. How can I get involved? That's how you get involved. If you want to do fantasy football, go to Leon League. If you want to go to Vikings, go to Schnack. And just ask questions and we'll tell you what to do. Okay?
Roger, sir.
So, did you really just say that?
Yeah.
Over and out. Okay. Now, in the main part, of course, you've got the whichever room you're in. Now, in the voice room, if you want to speak, you have to stay in the voice room. Don't move out of the voice room. But if you want to look what's happening in other chat rooms, that's with the hashtag. So when you see the hashtag, that's a text chat room, you can skip around. Okay? So I'll show you without losing voice, because they're separate, and this is what's really great. So if I wanted to see if anybody said anything on the Schnack area, I go into Schnack, and Ali's there, Vikings! Okay, and Jessie, it was you. Where can you play? Yes, you have to go to Plarium's website and download the program, by the way. Let me give you the link. It's just Plarium Vikings War of Clans. Okay. You have to set yourself up a name and an account, which is all free, and then you're in there. Once you're in there, once you have an account, ask for advice on what to do. You'll end up in a random kingdom somewhere in their little universe, okay? And then you've got to grow, and then eventually you can come over, if you want to the kingdom we're all in. But you can go to any other kingdom, but you can only do it once, and you can only do it when you're level 5 or under. Don't go up to level 6, otherwise you're stuck in the kingdom you're in. And don't use your relocate until you've decided which kingdom you want to join. And if you like the kingdom you're in, just stay there. We'll still talk to you, but we might have to fight you one day. Okay, so as you can see, if you watched the stream, I'll just type in here. That is the link. Oh, Ali, I sent you an invitation using the email you use to join the forum. So whatever email you use to join the forum, you should have had the invitation there from Google. Check your spam, because it's from Google. It might have gone in. I don't know how well you've got it set up to detect spam. It might have gone into spam because it was a generic, going out to several people email. And if not, send me a message in the forum. I'll resend it. Okay. So if you notice in the stream, you'll see that I'm in Schnack, but I'm still talking to you in MLC. Now I'll come back to the common room. I never lost connectivity. You can still hear me, but you can check other messages. You can even go to other servers, but not voice. Voice will cut you off. Okay? So if you go to April's server, there she is. Okay, sharing Bonfire Night pictures.
Teacher, I cannot see Apple server. Where is Apple?
And that's the other thing. You can't go to a server unless you've been invited there or you've found it and joined it. Okay.
So do you have any other server?
Me, I've got Boot Camp, which is for training Vikings from our clan. But really, it's Hubby and I who run that. He's our trainer, not me. I kind of help out a lot with low-level stuff, like how to set your heroes. Yeah, but when it comes to killing, that's Hubby's sphere. He was all over Vikings last night, trying to win kingdom versus kingdom. But we won. Did you notice? You should have got lots of gold.
Yes.
Yay!
When your hubby messaged me twice to turn on the shield, right?
Yeah.
All right.
Oh yes, don't let your shield drop. We will burn you.
Yes, exactly. I was not.
Well, better us than the enemy. That's what we think. It's not. It is a punishment, but it's not done out of malice. It's done because we want to win. But Gronk, oh my goodness, let's not go on about Vikings, but Gronk is a huge player, 2 billion influence, and he got wiped. His shield dropped. It happens to everybody. You think you've got a 24-hour shield on, and you, by mistake, put an 8-hour shield on, and then, you get real grief from your clanmates, and if it's KVK, from the rest of the kingdom too. But Gronk getting wiped nearly lost us the whole game. And it was a lot of work to get those. I think it was something like 8 billion points back. 8 billion. So if you're going to come and play Vikings, please practice your large numbers. Okay? It took it. Well, they will. They'll just steal them all, I'm afraid, Ali. Yeah.
Yes, and my army was so injured, right?
It would be, but you can relife some of them, and you can heal some of them in the infirmary. Just wait till it's cheap. Wait till it's on special offer. You'll see it when it's on special offer. And if you wait till it's CVC or RKVK, you get points for relifing them and for healing them. Yeah, and for training new ones. Always look at the strategy of when's the best time to do things in Vikings. Don't just do it willy-nilly. Think, okay, I'll do that in CVC, I'll do that in RKVK, and I'll just kill things in KVK. Kill.
Okay.
But anybody who's a member of the network can join. Anybody around the world can join Vikings. But if you're a member of the network, just let me know where you are, what your name is, and we'll give you some help with training and getting some tips and tricks on how to be a good Viking. We do have a special session to talk about Vikings every Thursday. Okay, but you won't find it on the calendar, April. This is an unofficial. It's like karaoke tonight. Oh, yeah, karaoke tonight, guys. 8 o'clock my time, bring a song and
Mhm.
sing. That's it. If
Is
you
it
don't want to
your
sing, we'll
time
just talk
then?
about music or something. But I would prefer it if you sung because it's funnier that way. I will be singing, yes.
Uh, I just want to see that if it's your 8 o'clock
My
or
8 o'clock,
whatever.
always mine. The
Yes,
times, the times are always my times. I cannot run the sessions I run in different time
Yes.
zones. No way. No, my time. Even in Kitely, Kitely has its own time, its specific time, and Second Life as well. They have their own clock in the actual game. You'll see it, Pacific time. But no, I'm not doing that. It's my time. It's always Berlin
Mhm.
time. If I move back to the UK because of Brexit, I'll make it London time.
Okay.
If they throw me
So
out
what?
of the
So
country.
what time is it now? 10? 10 in the morning?
Right now it is 5 to 10.
Okay, 5 to 10.
Yeah.
Right.
Oh, which brings me to another point, talking about time. Please check the calendar. I changed some of the sessions. A couple of sessions have disappeared, and they will become pop-up sessions, okay? Which means I can be a bit more flexible about getting to the gym and doing my German lessons. It's all got a bit too much, having two other things to do that require a lot of time, and you'll also notice that there's an hour gap between this session and the book reading session in Kitely. Okay, so please check the calendar. There's been a lot of changes, and with the time changes as well, a lot of Natasha's sessions have changed again. Poor Natasha, I don't know how she does it. She gets her time change, then she gets my European time change, and then she gets the American time change. So, yeah, check the calendar. That's all I can say. I say it every week. um, I'd like to hear your answer to my questions. About what, April? About Vikings? Take the mic, April, please.
I have asked why on TGIF no speakers. It is speaking room. No, I only see the lock, but no speakers. And Emil, for example,
Well,
small
I've
clock.
got the speaker.
I don't have
TGIF.
that.
Well, I don't know why, but if you look at the video, I'm streaming. You'll see I've got the speaker and the lock. MLC, you've got the speaker. What did MLC look like this morning to you, April? Did it have the lock and the speaker, or
Like
just a lock?
Was big lock. I saw the speaker and a big lock.
Okay.
Not,
And for TGIF, you're only seeing a lock.
yeah, only a lock.
Okay.
And
Let me
pop-up
just.
is both. English radio is on speakers.
Yep.
Snooze is also on the speaker. Karaoke lock and speaker. And LAN members hashtag.
Lock. Okay.
Small
Okay.
talk is only.
I don't know. It might be I've changed something by mistake. I'll check it later. But don't worry. But by the time TGIF comes round, I'll have unlocked everything, so it should be back to normal anyway. But I will check. For me, it's a speaker and a lock. Anybody else?
And another question, Lynn.
Mm-hmm.
I know that sometimes ago I see the Skype voice room, but not anymore. Is it because there is no session, or it's me, or something?
Which room?
You had a Skype room for emergency room. What is it called? Emergency room?
Oh, it's still there, but
I don't see.
there's no emergency. That's why.
Yeah, that's why I don't see it. Is it
No,
because it
that's
doesn't?
because it's only available for teachers and Shaddocks, who are the admins here, until it's needed, and then they'll open it if it's needed. Okay.
Yeah, because last week some had problem with voice on Skype. Wanted to go to Discord, but I didn't see any Skype.
So who wanted to go to Discord?
Uh, Natasha.
Okay, I'll have to have a word with her then because she's got access. She's a teacher. She's in the teachers group.
Yeah, but it was me.
Oh, I
Maybe
see.
Natasha.
Okay.
Maybe
Yeah.
Natasha has seen it. So I went to Discord and wanted to see there is the emergency.
Where
There was.
April, there
I had
is.
all not the same link. DJIF. My DJIF is not.
Well, as you see, mine's got the lock. Now, April, there is a way around this. If you want to see all this stuff and you're annoyed that you can't see it, if you start doing a session, I'll make you a teacher, and then you'll be able to do it. If you bring your reading session back, maybe. Guys, this is a bone of contention. April used to run a lovely reading session, but she gave up. And now, so April, if you want to see all the secret stuff, there's an easy way. Just say, "Oh, Lynn, I'd like to run a session every week or every month. Once a month would do, and I can make you a teacher." And then you'll be able to see all the secret little locks. Exactly, Ali. You want to be a teacher too? What do you want to teach, Ali?
I don't know. I actually want to.
Well, I'll be honest, here we are all teachers and we're all learners. I always learn stuff
Okay.
and we all teach stuff. Every time we open our mouths, we teach something. Everybody in the world's a teacher and a learner. And it's a great way of actually helping other people with their English is a great way of improving your own because they will ask you questions that you didn't even think of. And you think, oh no, why? I've learnt so much from teaching English about my own language. Because I just accept, that's how I say it, that's what I say. Bloody, before I became a teacher, I think I spoke pretty much the same way that I do now. My writing has changed since I started teaching English. I think my punctuation is a bit better than it used to be and my spelling has improved. It has to. But yeah, I've learnt so much about my own language through teaching it to other people. It's amazing. So, let's see, we're running out of time. Has anybody got anything else they would like to say? You're all happy? Okay then. I will just finish up by mentioning a couple of things. Now, we've had a couple of people on live chat, which is the it's like an entry page, if you like, into the network. Okay, it's just using Discuss, which is a chat app, and it's only text. But we do invite people to come and join us here. Sometimes they do, sometimes they don't. It's up to them. I'm not going to say to people, "Oh, you must come, you must come." Okay, so I just put the link up now. Derek Chuti, hi. You said I need to check grammar to my travel notes. Okay, I'm not quite sure what you meant, but if you want grammar and corrections, because somebody else came along, wrote a lovely poem, Carvalho, and said, "Can you correct my poem, please?" Really not on live chat. Please become a member of the forum, make a little commitment to the network. Go to the My Writing section. Okay, so there are several sections in the forum. Ignore the social groups unless you want to take part in the sessions. New members, you always have to say hello in new members. Then you've got Let's Practice and Learn. Okay, and you'll see in Let's Practice and Learn there's a section called Your Writing. And that's where you can add anything that you want help with, okay? We've got several people who will help you with your written English there, not just me, okay? But you have to do it, you have to join it, you have to write it, and then we'll help you. Live chat, I'm not going to get into that. It's too open, and I don't have the time. If I ever get, I don't know, my 52 minions that I would like to have so that there's one person for every week of the year, then maybe. But at the moment, it's me and a couple of other volunteers. We don't have time to do corrections on live chat as well as in the lessons and the forum and here. and sessions and everything else. Okay, so I'm not being mean. The other thing I want to say is some people have said, why do we have to apply to join the forum? Okay, once upon a time, people just joined. Okay, and the reason I can show you today, I'll put it on the stream, because we get people like this. Shanuo. Swiss replica watches, high quality replica watches, online shop. And Songman, our Tiffany jewellery store is one of the best. Okay, so now you know. The application is there to keep the spammers out. Unless any of you want to buy a fake Tiffany watch. We've had this before. We have it all the time. We had it in our last forum. It was Chinese shoe sellers, wasn't it, April? Can you remember? Nike. I had to ban the word Nike. So now people have to join by applying, writing something sensible, and even then they have restrictions on how many posts they can make, and it is because of that. Otherwise, the whole of the forum would just become one great big spam fest. It's what happens to forums. It's such a shame. I'd much rather have it open. It would be much less work for me, but that's why it isn't open. Okay. This forum, Ali, when did we start vanilla, April, on the vanilla platform? About 2 or 3 years ago?
Vanilla is 3 years ago.
3 years, yeah, 3 years ago.
But apart from vanilla, right?
Okay, well, I've been running the network since 1999. That's when the first pages went up.
Oh my goodness.
Yeah, we had an open forum back then. My goodness, that was like the Wild West. It was just one of those free ones.
I just can't think about the internet. I mean, I didn't have a computer in 1999.
Well, I'd been playing with the internet since at university. I got into the internet at university, and then I actually wrote my theses on the internet. I'd love to reread it. I bet you it was absolute rubbish. I got into a bit of trouble because I made predictions, and you're not allowed to do that without having other people have made the predictions and you just quote what they said, which I didn't want to do. But anyway, most of my predictions have come true, I think. But I can remember arguing with my tutor, because he'd never even heard of the internet. It was so funny. I was saying, "Look, mate, this is going to change everything," and he was like, "Oh, but you don't know that." I said, "No, but you can. It's as plain as the nose on your face. It's just like the telephone." But anyway, he would argue with me about it. But there you go. So I don't. That's why I didn't get a first.
What were the predictions?
That everything was going to change because of it. That nothing would stay the same. And I think I was right. I said, no, education, commerce. But being right doesn't help you if you lose points. I lost marks because of that, but never mind. I'm sure it was rubbish. If I reread it, I'd be like, OMG. What was I thinking? It's probably somewhere in the library of the university. I think they keep them, so people could mock me later. But anyway,
you might have soft copy of it.
Maybe. I think somewhere in the cellar, in a dusty old box, there might be a copy of it.
Maybe in the floppy, right? Floppy
oh
drive.
no, there will be. Yes, I probably still have got some. We tend not to throw these things away just in case, because you can still get a reader for a floppy drive. You can still have a look on what's on your old floppies.
Yes.
I had one of the big drives, the paper cardboard ones. I had one of those. You've thrown your floppies. Ah, poor floppies.
But the computer and the laptop does not have the floppy drive.
No, but
How
you can
the floppy?
if you go to a proper electronics store, they'll just an external USB. Or there are services out there that will actually restore it onto an SD card or something. Because for companies, for tax purposes, they have to keep these records. So yes, the readers are still there, but you need to go to specialist places, and they're really expensive. So I wouldn't bother personally just to read my dissertation. It's not worth it. But yeah, it's 1999 was when I moved to Germany. That's when I started teaching English, and that's when I opened up learnenglish.de in order to help my students.
Okay.
It was only to help my students, but I kind of forgot my own rule about the World Wide Web. It's the World Wide Web. And when people started asking me for help, I couldn't say no. I just said, yeah, all right. And that's how it started. And now it's what it is. It's grown like topsy. That's a saying in English. It grew like topsy. No plan. It just grew because of you guys.
No, because you were so kind.
Yeah, just because I can't say no. I don't know if that's a kindness or idiocy. Anyway, talking of idiocy, yeah, you see, this is nice because now I don't have to worry that I've only got 20 minutes to my next session. I will be in Kitely in 40 minutes. Gives me time to make in 50 minutes. Gives me time to make my coffee and relax and walk around a bit, check on the dog. Much more relaxed. And it nicely illustrates to
And
Jessie, we
I'll
don't
be
always
hopefully
finish on
in
time.
yes,
Sorry,
and
Ali?
I'll hopefully be in your kindly session.
Yeah, excellent. Good. But remember, it's 50 minutes. It's not half an hour
Yes, I have
later
to,
anymore. Yeah.
because when it is about like I have to wait for something, then I actually miss it. So
Well, this
this
is a problem, but honestly, for my own sanity, it's going to be much better.
yeah, I understand.
Okay.
And it is,
Oh, bon appetit, Asha. It's lunchtime where you are. Okay, I've only just had breakfast. Okay, thanks for coming, everybody. Don't forget, when you want to speak in these sessions, type MIC and I'll call you to the mic. And if you come next time and you've got something you want to say, just bring it prepared. We can go through it. These sessions are very relaxed. There's no topic. So if you've got something specific you want to talk about, or you want to just discuss with everybody and you don't mind sharing it on YouTube, then come prepared next time. Okay? Tight. Ali, no, I'm going now.
no.
Bye.
I just want to add. Just lock the MLC, right? And let's see what's going to happen.
Oh, yes. Thank you. Well remember.
But,
You see, I forget. I do forget. Right. I am going to lock it now.
and we are waiting for the show.
Yeah, we'll see. If you all disappear, I do apologise, but you should have hung up
Okay.
anyway.
Okay, let's see.
Okay. So first I've locked everyone.
Mm-hmm.
That shouldn't affect you. Now I'm going to lock Elinette. I'm going to close that. And what's happened to you all? You see, you're still here.
Yes, we are here, and I
But you see,
believe
there's
that
a
we can
lock
actually
there.
go
Now
out from
leave and
the.
now leave. Go into small talk, and try and come
Okay.
back in. This is really
Lynn,
interesting.
now I see that the MLC for me is also like GIF, only a lock
A lock, yeah.
without speaker.
And Ali's can't come back. Okay, let's talk about Ali. Okay, so don't forget to hang up. Click on the little telephone symbol, disconnect. But yes, if I do lock it, it's great. So remind me to lock it at the end of each session, but you guys can carry on talking. Bye. Say I am streaming. So good morning. It's Monday Live Chat as ever on a Monday morning and the same time, but some of you were here early. Don't forget this stupid daylight saving time. These clock changes. There are actually 3 at this time of year. There's like South America 2 weeks ago, then last week Europe, and then this week it was America. I mean, it's absolutely mad and crazy, I know. But now things should settle down. My times and the time on the calendar is always Central European time, Berlin time, if you like. So just do some calculations. when this time of year comes round, and make sure you're doing it for Berlin time and from your time. Okay, it's really. I got loads of messages saying, "Is there no session today?" I'm like, "Yeah, there's a session, 9 o'clock my time." So, Jesse's now your mic is muted too. So Jesse, your mic is muted too. Oh dear, it's going to be one of those weeks. So good morning, April.
Good morning, Lynn. May I say something? Because
Yeah,
you
let me
don't
just say
ask
good
me
morning
to
to
come.
everybody.
Okay.
Good morning, Lisa. Good morning, Jessie. And good morning, Moz. April, what did you want to say?
I've just will comment to your announcement about the time zones. I've just watched the video, and I think, oh my goodness, who was the first one who make all this time?
Okay, so everybody who's new, you need to know this. These are the codes we use. Okay. Okay, so Jessie. 222. Can't hear anything, but can you hear me? Okay, I'm breaking up. Yes, but her voice isn't coming through. Now, the other thing you have to look out for, you can tell whether your voice is working or not, whether your microphone is working or not, by looking out for the little green circle round your name, okay? If you don't see this green circle around your name, really? Can anybody else hear Jessie? Because Jessie, I can't hear you. Not for me either. I'll show you. Okay. How do I do what hubby did the other day? I don't know. Oh well, I'll have to go. I'll have to do it the slow way. Okay. So this is what I see. Okay. That's the green circle. So you can see when I speak, there's a green circle round. Don't restart. No, there are other things you might need to do. Okay. And one of those is the way you have set up your sound settings. Okay. So your sound settings.
Time zone. One place is 15 minutes later or earlier than the other. I was always thinking that everything is always in one in hour, not never in minutes, but it is in minutes. And I think, I'm so glad that I only have to click on the button to calculate the time zones somewhere. Oh, if I ah okay.
Exactly. Exactly. No, we heard you. We heard you. So it's a good video, isn't it? It's and I think programmers who have to program this stuff. Wow. And the Millennium Bug, if you all remember, we were talking about it in Kitely last week. The Millennium Bug, which was 1999 to 2000, that had the world in a tiz. Well, that kind of thing happens for programmers every year, twice, because they just have to check. Oh, we did put that in place, didn't we? Oh, that's going to work this time, isn't it? Okay, I am talking, yes. Jessie's not in the room. So, Jessie, you're not in the room. Okay, you need to click on the... Oh, she's back. Okay. So, Jessie, can you hear me? Yeah, I'm speaking now. Yes, you are in now. What platform are you using? Sorry, what hardware are you using? Okay, you need to look for a particular button. I can only share what I also need to be set up, and you go there by going into your account, okay, and go to voice and video. Make sure that your microphone is set up to the microphone you're using and your speakers are set up to the speakers you're using. Okay, click on where you've got voice activity and automatically determine input, and when you speak you should see a green line appear. Okay, in those settings there should be a green line when you speak. So like here, if you see down at the bottom there, you can see that that bottom line goes completely green. In the settings, yes, in voice and video settings. Yeah, sorry, if you want to find the settings you need to click on the cog. Yeah, when I said, so you need to click on the cog. Goes to your settings. Okay, so there's a little cog next to the microphone and the headset. There's a little cog button. Click on that and do those settings, and we'll cross our fingers for you. You don't have to leave the room to do that. Okay. But then, Jessie, I just saw a little green circle round your name, but it was very, very quick. Now it's gone. Anyway, whilst Jessie is sorting herself out, as I say, do try to do this before a session. If you're joining Discord for the first time, it does work. Usually it just works straight out of the box, but if you've been using Skype can mess up your settings. So you need to also check your microphone settings in I see. I can of course not share what you see. So what you're looking for, I'll just do this. Okay, here it is. Let me just get a red pen. Okay, save. It always takes me a little bit of time to set these up. Hopefully I only ever have to do it the once. So, Discord, training, headphone button, headset button. Now I do recommend people use a headset for these sessions, just because it works. Okay. So that's the button you're looking for, Jessie, because at the moment it is wiped out. Okay, Jessie, now I can see you. Can you hear me? Okay, it's still crossed out now. It's not crossed out now. But you do need to set up this to make it work. Have you managed to speak to anybody yet? It's always a bit awkward the first time you use these things. That's why I always suggest that people spend a bit of time just getting to know the software before a session starts. I'll put that into the actual instructions, I think I'll have to. So let me go into my drive and find the training stuff.